Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, Sam the Waterman. If you've been following along in the previous episodes, you'll know that so far in this spearfishing trip that we've been on, everything's gone pretty smoothly. We've caught some really cool fish. Please, if you haven't seen, go back and watch those episodes. This episode, however, concentrates a little bit more on the mistakes and like lessons learned, things going wrong. We still catch some really good fish, but I thought that maybe we'd reflect more on ways that we can improve. I can hopefully show you some of the things that I did wrong so that you won't do them in the future. And yeah, also please stick around. We have a really cool giveaway from Throw Flashes. We have a really cool giveaway from Throw Flashes. These are some really cool products. If you are used to using flashes, you can see how these ones move in the water is completely different from like your standard DIY flasher. So yeah, all you have to do is subscribe and comment and you'll be entered into the mix. Okay guys, I hope you enjoy the rest of the video.
Because if you anchor in the middle, like you can...
And I actually saw fish there.
Day 2, we are officially on day 2.
Not even us. That's us.
Boys are keen.
Let's go.
Few minor tweaks and adjustments to make from yesterday, but we did pretty well, but so did everyone. But yeah, I think today's going to be the good day. What do you reckon? Good day, boys?
Oh. Good day.
Today's going to be the good day.
On the boat.
Getting fish today, buddy? Yep. He's getting fish, we're all getting fish. Jimbo forgot to put the bung in. Say hello to YouTube, Jimbo. They were first out, but there's so many people in today. It's just a beautiful day out there. Unreal. Look at these views. Unbelievable scenes. Okay, sports fans, here we go again. It is a beautiful day in the ocean, and I just can't even begin to tell you how happy it makes me to be in a place like this. It's just absolutely beautiful. I am checking the anchor line as we discussed in the last episode, so just making sure we don't slip off the reef. I'm also getting a good feel for which way the current's pushing up against the reef. Around these islands it can sort of be pretty unpredictable, so I know now where I can drop in my future drops to try and ensure that I get the most fish. Okay, so now I've correctly position myself further round on the reef, so now the current is pushing up over the reef and I'm now diving to the bottom where the sand meets the beginning of the reef on the leading edge or the current edge side. So in theory this should be where more of the big and pelagic fish should be, and here I can already make out two. It's a golden trevally and also a giant trevally, which is a really good sign. This early on in my dive they're not going to be a take species for me right now, but it's definitely something that I'd maybe take later on into the dive. Okay, so now we know we are roughly in the right spot. I make a very similar drop in a very similar area. I'm just hoping this time I can attract a few more fish in. I'm doing some guttural noises like we discussed in previous videos. You can see there's a mother-in-law fish. You don't want to be shooting one of them unless you want to stitch someone up when you get home. I look around here and I just notice something flash out the corner of my eye, turn around and just see this lovely mackerel coming in. This thing's clearly got ideas on taking me for a run. It's stripping heaps and heaps and heaps of line. I'll start faffing around here with my shark clip and my belt reel, which is something that I've never really had to use as of yet, and you can tell because I sort of have a bit of a mental blank. And here's another thing that went wrong. You should really learn how your equipment works. So instead I basically just decided to hold on and go for a bit of a water ski. Basically this puts a lot of unwanted pressure on the fish, increases the chances of the fish ripping out, it increases the chances of your spear bending. It's basically not an ideal situation, but it's just dragging me across the top of the reef. Although as it's coming over the top of this shallow section here, it does drag me over a cave which I see some fish spook into, so that's something that I do take note for later on. But yeah, at the moment I'm basically just holding on for dear life. It's not like a massive fish, but it's just so strong, and yeah, it's just towing me along basically. It's just a case of just holding on and hoping that this thing tires out. Look up there, I can see landing just in the distance, and the fish does seem to have slowed down a bit. Now I'm just starting to get a better look at it, and I've never shot what I thought was a grey mackerel before, but as I come closer I can see there that actually it's not a grey mackerel, it's a shark mackerel, which yeah, shark mackerel aren't as highly sought after in terms of food quality. So lesson learnt there, you really need to check the IDs and make sure you've got your fish IDs right up to date. I think I'm pretty good with this, but you can see it's easy to make a mistake even when you've been spearfishing for years. Nothing went to waste though, which is good to know. As we were filleting the fish at the boat ramp, a lovely family approached us, asked if they could buy some fish off us. I was pretty happy to offload the shark mackerel, which they were absolutely over the moon with. They were even going to use the head to make like a fish soup and all sorts. So yeah, nothing went to waste. Now we're back on this cave which the fish dragged me over. It's a pretty cool looking piece of structure. Swimming through these things is always super fun. As I look down in the corner here, I see a big eye sticking out, which I instantly recognise as a gold spot rock cod. It's part of the grouper family and it's just sat there lurking. As I said before, I saw a few fish spook off around this area, so I know that thing's not going to go anywhere, and straight away I see a lovely finger mark snapper. I line up here and I get what I thought was a good shot. You can see they're pretty strong fish and it tears out, and unfortunately it's never seen again. So that's got me a little bit frustrated, and now I'm pretty keen to shoot a decent fish. So this rock cod has got my name all over it. The last mackerel I shot bent my shaft, so I'm really hesitant about shooting this big cod in this cave because I basically don't want the same to happen again.
It was at this point Sam was about to make a big mistake.
I go for the shot anyway, and I could only see its eye, so I'm thinking surely I can get a stone shot on it, no problem. But these fish are notoriously hard to get stone shots on. I can hear the spear rattling around in the cave, so I'm not feeling very hopeful at the moment. So yeah, I'm sort of just easing off. I'm trying not to spook the fish, to like basically give my shaft the best chance it has of staying straight and intact. Like I said, it's the second shaft of the day already, and yeah, I really don't want this one to bend. I get down there, get a hand on the shaft, and I can see I'm already in a whole heap of trouble. This is not going to end well for me. The fish comes out of this cave and wow, look at my shaft like a banana. Oh gosh. But yeah, what can you do? You can only try. You can see that I got like a headshot on it, and it's a huge fish. It's like 25 kilos, and it's basically bent my shaft like a piece of spaghetti. There's not really too much you can do. You can just hope that you get a stone shot, but yeah, in this case I didn't. Just a quick side note, you probably noticed that my GoPro is fogging up a little bit at the moment as well. I do clean it, but yeah, this is another lesson learned. Make sure you use the anti-fog strips before you start doing your footage.
Literally had 2 fish, 2 completely bent shafts. That's probably might be me done for the day. Being happy to catch some fish, but it's pretty much wrote me off for the day, I think.
Okay, so pretty epic start to the day, but also not epic. I bent one shaft, landing that mackerel, and then I've just bent my other shaft, landing that big cod. So I've got another spare shaft at hut, like back at the villa, but yeah, not here on the boat. So I'm just gonna try straightening out one of these shafts just for this last bit of diving, and then hopefully one of the boys will lend me their spare guns, but maybe not if they don't want me to bend their shafts. Anyway, worst problems to have. So one fish that I'm yet to shoot on this trip that I sort of had high up on my list is a really decent sized black spot tusky. I thought this was a tusky from the top. It's actually just a parrotfish, but it's a good fish nonetheless. I was pretty happy to nail it. But as I swim down to retrieve the fish, I noticed something on my right hand side swimming around me, and yeah, it's that big tusky that I've been searching for, probably 4 or 5 kilos. So yeah, there's another thing that I learned is to be patient and try to wait for the right fish to come along. So as always, technology's failed me again. GoPro battery died. Always fully charge your batteries before you go diving. And come across this really nice trout, about 18-19 metres of water. It reefed me up pretty hard. We had a pretty exciting time getting it out, but we got it, baby. You. Day 2 lunch on the beach. Fuchsie, what you got?
Green.
What have you shot?
Crunchy green.
What did you just shoot?
Just fish.
Yes, very nice. Really good tusky from Brad. We'll put some fish on the boat today, which is good. I think I've had a bit of a lung squeeze, maybe, something, but I'm spitting up a bit of blood, so that might be me done for the day. I might just chill out on the boat while the boys go diving this afternoon, but it's been a good day either way. Just a quick reminder here, for your chance to win one of these amazing throw flashers, all you have to do is subscribe and comment. You'll be entered in the draw.
Yep. Forward a little bit.
We're up even earlier than usual today. Sorry for the close-up. Going to Northwest Island, baby. Excited, Mitch? Excited? Doesn't look that excited, does he? Here's the old vessel that we're taking. She's an absolute beauty. Spirit, baby. Yeah, the boys.
Well, I really think it's fun last time, but I just put down some of them. Off to Northwest Island with the boys. Wouldn't want to get fall on them, would you? It's properly dark this morning. Got anything to say to the viewers, Jimbo?
Nah, mate. Nah, mate.
Nah, mate.
Nah, mate.
So we've been punching out for just over 2 hours now. 2.5 hours. Just got here. We're about 100 k's out to sea. Maybe slightly less, 90. The water is turquoise blue. Ah yeah. We're ready. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
This is pretty much what we live for as spearfishermen. Spearfishing sort of remote islands, hundreds of kilometres out to sea, and crystal clear water. This is at least 30-40 metres again. It's pretty deep. I just do a bit of a warm-up dive here. It's my first dive of the day. I sort of probably go down to about 12 or 13 metres and realise that there's still a long way to go beneath me. But it's just an excuse to sort of stretch my lungs out. You don't really want to go too hard or deep on your first dive. It's not long before Mitch spots himself a nice trout. You can see him swimming up there. He's just taken it out of that hole that you can see there. So again, this is in round about 20 metres. So it takes a fair old while to swim down there. You can see the trout from the top already. I'm lining this one up, putting it in the esky. But no, I've somehow missed a stationary object. Jimbo's up there, he's having a good old laugh, I can imagine. It's pretty frustrating when you do something stupid like that, but it does happen to everyone. Jimbo here is now demonstrating what it means to be a good dive buddy. He's made a drop to see, and just to double check that my shaft isn't stuck in the reef. There is actually a fair bit of current here, so it could be a problem if my shaft gets stuck in the reef. We're trying to swim and stay on this hole because basically the trout aren't going to move off this spot because there's not really much structure around for them to swim into, and also the water's pretty deep, so they're not spooked. So luckily enough, I get to have another drop after a big breather on the same hole and hopefully the same fish. It's sort of a bit nerve-wracking when you can see the fish the whole way. I'm a bit nervous that I don't want to do the same thing as last time. But yes, this time I get a really good shot through the top of the head. But as I start ascending, somehow my knot comes undone on my shaft. It's an absolute nightmare. So now my shaft is down there with the fish attached. So this is where things start to get a little bit hairy. Because I need to breathe up, Mitch has demonstrated again what it is to be a good dive buddy and has offered to go down, retrieve my spear and also my fish that's still on the bottom. So as I said, we're swimming against current here in about 20 or 21 metres. We both had on our dive watches at the end of a dive. It's pretty long way down, and like I say, when you're swimming against the current it really can be hard work. You can just make out there Mitch, and he's a long way down. It's 20 metres, 21 metres. Like I say, you sort of say that, but to give it some sort of perspective, that would be the equivalent of Mitch, and sort of halfway up the statue there would be roughly how deep this is. So as he starts swimming back up, I can just tell by the way he's finning that he's struggling just a little bit with all the friction that's being caused from the fish. So I swim down, grab his legs and help him get to the surface. You can see his mouth starts to go underwater right here, and then also again right here I'm now scared that he's about to have a shallow water blackout, so I lift him out of the water so he's on his back so he can breathe clearly without any water going into his mouth.
Good?
Yeah, I was struggling to get up then.
Sure?
Did you
just black out a bit?
Nah. I was just struggling at the end there.
I saw you from ages away. I was like, oh,
Okay guys, I really just want to quickly pause the video right there and just discuss the sort of footage we've just seen. I don't really want to over dramatise it at all. Mitch, as you can hear, gave us the all clear. He was completely fine. He also carried on diving for the rest of the afternoon and went on to shoot some really good fish. It's just a quick message to sort of stress the importance of buddy diving, especially in depths like this. It's really important that you do have your buddies with you. You can see how, like I say, Mitch was completely fine in this case, but you can see with just a few small adjustments here and there in the wrong way, we could have had a completely different situation on our hands. So even if you've listened to my episode on the Noob Spearo podcast, it was sort of recorded roughly around 3 years ago, maybe more. I was pretty blasé about safety back then, and I just sort of like to stress the fact that my opinion since then has changed, and yeah, it's really important that you do dive safe. So if you are going out, remember guys, always take a buddy with you, and yeah, I hope you enjoy the rest of the movie. The movie? It's not a movie, is it? It's a spearfishing video. So getting towards the end of the video now. It's been a long video of mistakes made mainly by me. I'm dropping down here and I can see there is a massive school of Spanish mackerel. Surely I'm gonna not make a mistake here. There's fish everywhere. Here. They all start appearing out of the murk in a minute. And yeah, I still managed to rush through, and yeah, that one gets away. And then, wow, yeah, all the footage on my SD card got corrupted because I didn't correctly format the SD card. So there we go. Shortly after, the weather got really rough anyway, so for safety reasons we decided it was best to punch all the way home.
not ideal, eh?
As we get back in close around the islands, the weather subsides and we get to stop for a short afternoon pit stop on the way home, and we get to have a small dive. By this point I'm feeling really relaxed and in the slightly shallower water here, maybe 16-17 meters. I'm feeling really confident now. My breath hold's really starting to get good. You can see there with the timer. There's plenty of fish darting around. I'm sure there's going to be a predatory fish here somewhere. And there I can see a nice cod just on my right hand side. I double check to see if anything better's coming in. But I'm pretty happy and pretty content taking another one of these delicious fish home with me. He scoots off there, but then comes back up to have a look over the rock. So that basically wraps up the dive-in for days 2 and 3. Lots of silly mistakes and things going wrong, but we live and we learn and we get better for next time. So now all there is to go home and fillet all our fish and reflect on the day. We're in for the day. We had a very eventful day, didn't we?
We did, very challenging.
It felt like we didn't catch a lot of fish, but we've just emptied the esky and actually we've done pretty well.
I'm just live here with Sam the Waterman. He's making a video and I'm making one as well. And we caught lots of fish. This is the only fish that Jimbo caught. This one here. Nice work, Jimbo.
Look at that cray.
Yeah. Pretty good day, all in all.
So we've got to figure out which one I got.
Okay, well that concludes another episode. Thanks again for watching. We do actually have 1 day left of this trip, so there's going to be one more video that's going to be part of this trip, so make sure you tune in again for that one. Remember again, your chance to win one of those amazing throw flashes. Please subscribe and comment, and we'll see you again next time.